This video will explain the laws surrounding the non-consensual sharing of intimate images in Australia. Although colloquially referred to as revenge porn, the act of distributing nude or sexual images is not always motivated by revenge. Rather, one's motive to victimize another can range from financial gain to the desire to build social status. In 2016, the Senate committee highlighted the gap in Australian law surrounding the non-consensual sharing of images. In response to this issue, the National Statement of Principles relating to the criminalisation of the non-consensual sharing of intimate images were introduced to encourage each Australian jurisdiction to adopt nationally consistent criminal offences. Later that year, each Australian jurisdiction adopted new laws to afford greater protection for victims of non-consensual sharing of images. In this video, we will focus on the amendments to the Commonwealth and Queensland regulatory schemes. The Commonwealth jurisdiction introduced the Enhancing Online Safety Non-Consensual Sharing of Intimate Images Act to amend the Enhancing Online Safety Act and the Criminal Code Act. In doing so, the Commonwealth implemented new criminal offences and introduced a complaints-based system to combat the non-consensual sharing of intimate images. In terms of the new offence, the enactment broadened the scope of the previous Act to prohibit the posting of or threatening to post intimate images without the consent of the victim on social media, electronic services, and designated internet services. This allows victims to make complaints to the eSafety Commissioner, who then has the power to issue removal notices or other civil remedies. These include a civil penalty order, infringement notices, injunctions, an undertaking, and a formal warning. When we look to Queensland response, in 2019, the Criminal Code Non-Consensual Sharing of Intimate Images Amendment Bill introduced a range of new offences relating to the distribution of intimate images and visual recordings into the Criminal Code. By extending the definition of intimate images to include both original and photoshopped, moving or still images, which depicts either a person engaged in intimate sexual activity, the person's bare genital or anal region, or a female's transgender's or intersex breast, Queensland has effectively broadened the kind of conduct which may fall within the scope of the Act. In particular, Sections 223, 227 A and 227 B now makes distributing intimate images, observing or recording breaches of privacy, and distributing prohibited visual recordings misdemeanours with a maximum penalty of 3 years imprisonment. By doing so, the Queensland Government has recognised that non-consensual sharing of intimate images is not limited to revenge and may fall within a range of conduct, relationships, motivations, and modes of distribution. In light of these two amendments, it is clear that Australia has taken a proactive approach to responding to the legislative gap concerning non-consensual sharing of intimate images. The Commonwealth and Queensland regulatory scheme have broadened the scope of the offence and penalties to cover various modes of distribution. By doing so, each jurisdiction has effectively addressed the growing concern about the sharing of non-consensual intimate images, as it affords greater protection for vulnerable online users.